What's up YouTube? It's me, Jess, and I'm an opera singer. Today's video is going to be Dimash singing Adagio. Let's go. Classic heartbeat. Oh, was he playing? Ugh.
I don't know where to find you. I don't know how to reach you. I hear your voice in the way. I feel you under my skin. Within my heart and my soul, I wait for you.
Of course.
How did I do without you?
Okay, let's pause here. This is so classic, especially for Dimash. There is something so heartbreaking about the vibrato of a violin or a viola. I don't know what it is, but it just cuts to the core. It's often said, string instruments are reminiscent of the human voice, but that beautiful stringed instrument at the beginning with the very strong vibrato throughout the melody, paired with Dimash's piano playing, it was just a very beautiful, open and vulnerable sound, and I thought it set the mood very, very nicely for this piece. Now, Mr. Dimash, I love the small nuances within his vocal line, and I love the differences he chose to make within the melodic line versus the version that I know by Miss Fabian. He has a beautiful and very, very ear-grasping vibrato, and it goes hand in hand with the vibrato from the stringed instrument. When you hear that, it's like your ear has to immediately go to it, and he uses that to his advantage to really, really grasp your attention and get you in when he's choosing to do that.
I hear your voice in the way. I feel you under my skin. Within my heart and my soul, I wait for you.
And I think that, paired with the fact that he is doing this when the music is very calm, when there is not a lot going on, and it really is the focus of the voice, it just takes you to a whole nother level of grasping your attention. I personally loved the line of, "I don't know how to reach you," and then that small snippet of pause within the vocal line going into I hear your voice in the wind. I loved how he kind of took a pause in between that phrase because it kind of showed some sort of restraint or some sort of difficulty just saying these words in general.
I don't know how to reach you.
Then that beautiful slight pause and that gorgeous melodic line within the piano before the next line of I hear your voice in the wind.
I don't know how to reach you. I hear your voice in the wind.
Oh my God, that transition was so beautiful. And how he came in on I hear your voice in the wind in his upper register, I thought was so fitting because it kind of mimics the idea of maybe the motions of the wind. The wind is something that is above ground, something that flows and moves in its own way.
I don't know how to reach you. I hear your voice in the wind.
Now let's talk about the next line. I feel you under my skin. I've got the lyrics right here and I see them on the screen. The way that he pulled back on the word my before the word skin, oh my God, it shows the amount of breath control he has within his own instrument to execute a line in a captivating way. The way that he was a bit more present on the words I feel you under and then dramatically brought that presence very, very much away from the forefront.
I feel you under my skin.
It was flawless, you all. I can't get over how flawless that was.
I'll wait for you.
Ugh.
How did I do without you? All my dreams without you. I see any touch of
Gorgeous.
Well, the time is outside. You'll be my heart. Close my eyes and then away. But it won't be too bad. I want Soprano. I want Saga.
Yes.
Nothing more to explain. I know I got webmates. It's another place. If you know where to find
Here's the stance.
if you know how to reach me, there was just a part of
Oh, that was good.
Easy only man to say. Said to leave my heart. Said to give me your life. Forever
Yes. I promise we will go back. Oh my God. The tenor voice is just so out of this world and so abnormal on so many levels. However, he does this so beautifully, the tenor voice. There are a couple of things I want to address. One, I know I've said this, I think in my first Dimash video, it's been a while, I can't remember, but his vibrato. Now, when he does vibrato, he constantly moves his head up and down. Now, I think that this is just habitual. I don't think that this is a result of the sound. I think that he has grown into a habit of whenever he is going to sing with vibrato, he moves his head. Is that the worst case scenario? No, there are many, many way worse things you can do as a singer, but I have seen this as a habit from him consistently in all of the videos I've done. And in all registers. It's not just when he's singing high, it's also when he's singing in his middle register and in his lower register. Just like I said before, it kind of reminds me of when Mariah Carey is singing with a lot of melisma, she'll move her hands, and I think it's just subconsciously moving and shaking his head helps the vibrato come out for him. I don't think it's necessary to do that, but it is something I will comment on because I'm doing these videos in order and I want to see how his performances progress. One of the things I reiterate quite often about Dimash's voice is the idea that in one line he can maneuver in and out of certain registers very, very smoothly and very, very effortlessly. Particularly on this phrase, I've walked so far. So on this phrase, you hear I've walked in a much more fuller tone. He's bringing out some chest voice within that tone. And then immediately, there's not even much time to transition into the next word, which is the word so. He backs off super, super effortlessly into more of a head voice. This maneuvering of passaggio takes a lot of practice. One, because you personally have to know as a singer where your different levels are within your register and how to shift in and out of each register so that it doesn't sound like you're multiple people with different voices singing one song. The idea of fluidity within your registers is the idea that you want to present yourself as one voice that can successfully maneuver through all of these registers. Now, of course, we must talk about the way that he sang the word stay because it was so good. Let's pull out the keyboard. Ooh, nice, beautiful D5 mixed voice. All right, so this word stay, he is singing on a D5. I don't know about y'all, but a D5 in mixed voice for a male is really, really high. I commend him on the consistency of the vowel. Now, when you are singing one note for a long duration of time, staying on the vowel of the word for the entire duration of that note until the absolute last minute that you have to change it, if it's a diphthong, that is crucial because if you choose to navigate away from that vowel in any way, shape, or form when the note stays the same, that will stick out like no other. So I commend him on the fact that he sang this one really high note in mixed voice and kept the vowel going. What is the cherry on top of all of this is the fact that he's saying this in a beautiful straight tone. My God. But that long held out straight tone, in a sense, is a bit of tension, at least for me and my ears. But it's a beautiful tension. to hear that gorgeous straight tone for a long duration of time on that note was a beautiful idea of tension going to resolution. Geez, I feel like it would be so easy to just crack or to be so vocally tired towards the latter end of this song, especially for the male voice, because my God, it's just so relentless and so unforgiving. And on top of that, when the song is almost over, the music decides to drop out in specific points, which only shows, your vulnerability or where you're vocally at in a very naked moment. More cherries on top, he decides after the song is over, we hear the last word, adagio, he chooses to take a pause, let the music do what it needs to do, and then sings on that beautiful high note just because he can, just because he has the stamina to keep on going. That says a lot about him as an artist, him as someone who practices his craft. If you liked all that you saw, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Please comment down below what song by Dimash should be next, because we are going in order. Lastly, make sure you check out the description box for ways you can keep in touch with me, get access to exclusive perks such as my Patreon, and or take a voice lesson with me. I hope you'll have a good day, and I'll see you soon.